Hello guys, so welcome back to my channel. My name is Dami and you're watching Dami Dimension. If it's your first time, you're welcome, and if you're returning, you're welcome as well. In this video, we are going to be going through the sewing of the overlapping cape pattern that we made in our previous tutorial. If you've not yet seen that video, don't worry. I'm going to be posting a link to that video somewhere in between the video or at the end of the video, so make sure you watch till the end. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, be sure to leave me a thumbs up. If you have any question, leave a question for me in the comment section and I will try my best to answer. Also, if you have any requests, if you have any video you want me to make, you can let me know in the comment section and I will try to make it happen for you guys. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. So I have ironed the interfacing already on the wrong side of one of the cape. What you should do next is to grab the lining of your cape, place the right side to the right side of the fabric, not the interfacing now, of the fabric. Place the right side. I have my right side out here, so you should place the right side also on the right side. Okay, and then you should stitch that down. So I'm stitching the down part first. This is the upper part of my cape where it's going to be joining to the neckline of my dress, and you should do the same thing on the other side. So now I'm done placing my stitch all the way down. The next thing you should do now is to open it up and top stitch on the lining part. So you are stitching this excess seam allowance on the lining part. Okay, and once you are done with that, you can place a stitch and close up. Once you are done with that, you can close up this back side of your cape. So now I'm done top stitching on the lining, and I also sealed the ends here, and this is what I have. So now it is time to join the bodies together. So I'm going to place them on the table now to show you how they are meant to be arranged. So this is the center front and it's coming over the other one like so. And next thing, I'm going to be cutting the pad. And this is what I'm going to be making use of. This is not wadding. This is like some, duvet material, but I can't advise you guys to use this one, but this is just me trying to make it useful. I have it at home. Anyway, so now I'm done cutting the part, and as you can see, I did not cut for the second center front because they are going to be overlapping each other like this, so you don't need to cut for that one. Okay, so next, now you should go ahead and stitch it, join them together by about 1/4 of an inch. If you have the iron-on type, you can just iron it on. And now I am done attaching the parts, and I am going to be joining them now, and this is how I'm going to be joining them. So I'm going to pick one center front and one side panel and turn them right sides facing each other like this, right? And I'm going to be stitching all the way and stopping right there, leaving about 5 inches from the base, just like that. Alright, and do the same thing on the other side as well. So I am done stitching those two together, and this is the 5 inches I told you that I am going to be leaving. So, and next I'm going to be joining the back side. So turn them right sides facing each other as well, and stitch by 1/2 of an inch all the way down. Do the same thing to the other side as well. You should have something like this once you are done. And now we are going to be attaching the sleeve. So place your sleeve this way, right sides facing each other, and stitch, and also stitch to the other part like that. And this is what mine looks like once I'm done with the sleeve. Repeat the same process with the lining as well. So next thing, pick your lining and pick the cape. Okay, so you are going to sew the two together, and this is how you are going to do it. So you are going to turn the right side of the lining with the right side of your cape. So you are going to sew them all the way around the neckline towards the front, like that, right side facing each other. So once you are done joining that, it should look something like this. And the next thing you should do now is to attach the main fabric, and this is how you are going to do it. Flip the inside of your lining open. So you need to join along the neckline, right? So grab the raw edges around the zipper part and the raw edge around the zipper part of your main fabric as well. Put them together this way. So you are going to be having your cape in between. So as you can see, this is my lining, this is the cape, and here is my main fabric. So the main fabric is going to be right side towards the right side of the lining. Okay, so you are going to stitch them all the way around. And once you're done with that, this is what you should have at this point. You can see how clean it looks, both inside and outside. And when you flip up your cape, you don't see any raw edges, you don't see the seam or anything like that. Alright, so now we need to top stitch, and this is meant to make your cape relax when you wear your dress. So you are going to be top stitching on the lining, not on the cape. So now we need to stitch the armhole. So what we are going to do is to flip it open this way, pick the side seam of the main fabric with the side seam of the lining, make sure they are aligned together like this, okay, and align the raw edges and run a straight stitch like that on it. Okay, so we are working on the armpit area first. And after we are done stitching this part, then we are going to be left with the upper. We might have sewn this part down inside like this. Then we are going to be left with this line. And here is what the armhole looks like once I'm done with it. You can see it at the other side as well. So as you can see, I top stitched this part and I stitched this part inside. So I'm just going to give you a quick tip here, because when I was done stitching this part inside, and I also top stitched it on the lining, and when I turned it out, it was like a bit bumpy. So what I did was I just opened up this seam line right here, and then I placed a little stitch right here, just about 1 centimeter long. So that's held up, so that held it down. Actually, you may be wondering, where is the stitch? Yeah, you can't see it. That's the idea. You are not meant to see it, but if I turn it on the other side, you can see the stitch I'm talking about. It's just here. So that's just a quick tip for you if you have that kind of situation when your fabric is trying not to cooperate. So you can just do that and it has to just obey you. Anyways, so this is what the half of it looks like at this point. And here is the other half. You remember this part that I told you to leave open? I also left this part open because I'm just going to decide which part I want my my cape to interlock into, maybe this side or this side. For me, it's going to be on this side. So then you are going to grab the end of the cape here and grab this raw edge and then sew them together. So that is the edge of the main fabric of this side only. Then you are grabbing it with this side of the cape and then you sew them together before you go ahead and add this one also and join it on the inside. So this is it after sewing it down here. And the other one here is going to enter into the lining here. The fabric I'm using is a really funny fabric. It's really soft, and you know, it's not the sturdy kind of fabric. I would recommend that if you want to make this kind of dress, you should use a sturdy fabric or a strong fabric a fabric like the African material is okay, or you know, some cotton materials like that, unlike this one that is like, it's like chiffon basically. So yeah, but I'm just going to still make it work. That is why you can see that the padding is not coming up, and yeah, and I just don't want to add the interlining also. But this is just a dress on a budget, so you are going to see how beautiful it's going to turn out regardless of the nature of the fabric. We can make it work. So I'm going to do that, then I'll show you guys. So remember that I'm here to apply the dart for the back side, so I'm just going to do that now. I'm going to apply the dart on the back side as well, and do this. Once we are done, then we'll be left with to attach the zipper and attach the down part. So for the down part, you need to hold the dart, so also hold the dart here and join the two sides. So here is it after sewing the dart. I did the same to the lining, and this is what I have. Okay, and the next thing to do now is to join the waistline with the waistline of the bodice. So here is it after attaching the lower part on the bodice. I put them right sides together and I joined it round. So the next thing you're going to do now is to also attach the lining of the lower part, and you are going to be turning the right side of your lining to the right side of the lining of the bodice, if that makes sense. So you're going to attach them this way and sew all the way around. So once you are done fixing the lining, this is what you should have. So from here, the next thing we need to do is to join the ends together here, and this is how we are going to do that. I'm going to flip this one open this way so that I can have my main fabric and the lining right sides facing each other like this. Then I will go ahead and stitch the down part all the way down like this. So I'm done stitching all the way down, and I'm going to turn it out now so you can see. Right now it's looking really rough, it's, you know, all the raw edges are showing, but don't worry, keep watching. You're going to see how beautiful this dress is going to be. So at this point we are left to join the back seams together and insert the zipper. I have a video on how to insert an invisible zipper. I'm going to be using an invisible zipper on this dress. I have a video on that, so I'm going to provide the link in the description box or at the end of this video, so just try to check that out. So I went ahead and gave it a good press down there, and I also fixed the invisible zipper on the main fabric only. At this point my invisible zipper is attached to the main fabric only at this point. As you can see, the lining is still left open, is not yet attached to it. So now this is what it looks like on the back side, and the next thing for us to do is to create a slit. So I'm going to be having a slit of just about 3 inches long, and this is how we are going to do it. So you turn it to the wrong side this way, and so that you can have access to the raw edges on the wrong side, and then you are going to be stitching, and then you turn it out once you're done, and also repeat the same thing on the other side. So this is what my stitch looks like once I'm done. I curved it out so that it can provide some extra security to my slit. That is why I made it curved that way. So now I'm just turning it inside out, and this is what I have. Okay, and now you should just give it a good press. When I was pressing it, you know, the fabric was swelling up. You know those kind of fabrics, when you want to press it, it's swelling up. But yeah, it just has to cooperate. It has no choice. Okay, so the next thing to do now is to close up this opening, and that's basically the final thing to do actually. And I'm going to be hand stitching it. I will be uploading a video on how to unstitch. It's going to look really perfect, like it's sewn in the machine. And as a fashion designer or a seamstress, you really need to know this, so definitely check out for that video. So that's going to be the end of this tutorial. If you've enjoyed it or it's helpful for you in any way, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section if you have any question or you have any video requests. And make sure your notification bell is on, because there is more of videos like this coming up on this channel. So see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye.